Championship game between the Dothan Tigers and the Central of Phoenix City.
Okay, here's a roster here. Number 12 for Opelika is Ron DeMille. Number 20, Adrian Kendrick. Number 32 is Markeith Holloway. 44 is Tez Doolittle. And number 50, the center, is William Dowdell.
From the corner, David Block, he misses, but Adrian Farmer almost gets the rebound. And it comes down to Central. Open the corner to number 32, he takes a three-pointer, misses, they get the rebound, and they have the ball. The Tigers still it. That's Springfield with it. And he loses the handle on it. So Central gets it back, pulls up for a short jumper, misses, and the ball is out on Central.
I was giving starting lineup Opelika there.
Okay. Starting lineup for the Dothan Tigers. You have number 33, Dennis Drury, who just took the shot. Number 21, Adrian Farmer. Number 10, Chris Springfield. Number 15, David Blocker. Number 44, Larry Brackens. Drive to the basket by Central. Dothan gets the ball out to David Blocker, and the shot is blocked. So the score is 2-0 Dothan with 6:30 left in the first period of play. Central drives to the basket, and he walks.
All right. Very good defense there, and they walked on that play. So the ball goes out on the side, and Dothan's taking it down the court. And the Tigers in the lead right now over Central Phoenix City by a score of 2-0. Okay, they're passing around the horn. A shoot. Pass into the center. Oh, it's taken away.
The ball is stolen by Central, and they go in for the layup. So it's a 2-2 game with 6:01. It's a 4-2 game. Central stole the inbound pass and scored to take the lead 4-2. Block over to Drury, back to Blocker. Dennis Drury drives down the middle, dishes it off to Adrian Farmer. Up, he misses, and Central has it. That's number 50 for Central.
Okay, number 50 is Montrese Brooks.
Central takes a three-point attempt from outside, misses, and Springfield almost gets the rebound. He loses the handle on it. Central goes up and gets the rebound for the basket.
And Montrese Brooks put another sort of a hook over in there and put another 2 points in for Central.
So Central's lead Dothan 6-2. Blocker takes a three-point attempt, misses. Central comes down with the rebound, passes out, and another basket. So Central's got 3 quick baskets on the Tigers. The Tigers need to settle things down and work into the half-court offense and get something going here. So 8-2 Central lead with 5:03 left in the first period. Here at the region foul game from Troy State University. Bracken goes up, he shoots, they call a blocking foul on number 50 for Central.
And that's Montrese Brooks.
Montrese Brooks called for the foul. The Tigers will be taking it out of bounds. Dothan hadn't been able to get much going. Open shot under the basket to Adrian Farmer. Great look for Farmer and the basket for Dothan. So it's an 8-4 game, 4:45 left first period. Central of Phoenix City with the ball. And a foul is called on Chris Springfield. He fouled number 20.
That's John Queese Pritchett.
Pritchett was fouled on that play.
We got Clarence Sanders at number 12 for Central. Pritchett's number 20, 32 is Tinkler. 44 is Upshaw, and 50 is Brooks.
So Central's moving the ball around. They got a couple of quick baskets, easy baskets on the Tigers. So good defense by Adrian Farmer, number 21 for Dothan.
Great
I tell you,
defense.
keep your eye on Farmer. He's an excellent defensive player. He goes after every loose ball, and he comes up with some big defensive plays during the game. So you can look for him to be a factor in this game.
Yeah, for these two schools to come this far in this tournament, they both got to be good.
They both are good. Central's sporting a 25-5 record. The Tigers are 23-5. Central pulls out the middle. Brocken comes down with the rebound and over to Springfield. So we'll see if the Tigers can get something going this time down court. Over to David Blocker. He's been triple teamed. He passes off to Bracken. Bracken pulls up. He shoots. It's blocked. But the Tigers get it back.
Great recovery there with that block shot, and then alertness on the defense of the Tigers. They were able to pick it up.
So the Tigers will be inbounding the ball, hoping to get something out of it this time down court. And Central almost steals the ball, goes to Bracken, and he's fouled again. So Bracken's taken it in low and have been fouled the last 2 attempts.
And that foul was made by Montrese Brooks, number 50. That's his second foul this afternoon already.
Second foul on Brooks here midway through the first period of play. Drury with it. He pulls up for a jumper. He shoots and misses. Central comes down with it. Dothan's pressing. So far in the game, Dothan just really hasn't been able to get much offense going. And Central turns the ball over.
That was a pass to Upshaw, and he couldn't handle it. Went right through his legs and out of bounds.
Okay, so we have a substitution coming in the game for Central.
Number 54 is coming into the game, McKissick for Brooks.
Okay. Drury whipped it last time down. He took a jumper that didn't connect for him. So hopefully the Tigers can go down this time and get something going. Over to Springfield in the corner. It's blocked.
Blocked.
And Central comes down with it. And Springfield goes down and he forces a turnover. Great defense by Springfield. He had a shot blocked down on the offensive end. He hustled back on defense and forced a turnover, so the Tigers get it back. That's what you have to do, Bobby, in a situation like that.
Great hustle. Followed him all the way down the court.
So it's an 8-4 game with 2:50 left in the first period. Central's leading the Dothan Tigers. Dennis Drury takes it to the basket, and he's fouled. He'll be going to the line to shoot 2.
That substitution just a moment ago, that was Nelson coming in for Upshaw, number 44, who's taking a breather right now as Dothan High goes to the line. He was attempting a shot, so we'll see what happens with his first attempt with this free throw here. The score is 8-4 in favor of Central. It's up and good, so the score is now 8-5. We've had a fast-paced first quarter here. There's 2:44 left in the first quarter of this game, and Dothan's trailing by a score of 3 points here in this first quarter of play. The second shot is up, and it falls off the rim, but we have a foul. We have a foul on number 50 again, Mitt. That's his third foul.
So the big man for Central is getting in foul trouble here early in the game.
Yes, he is.
So that's a plus for Dothan.
They may have called him for stepping on the line.
Okay, he may have gotten in the lane
instead
too quick.
of a foul. That's what they did, yeah.
Okay, so Drury gets another chance. And he misses, but Bracken's up with the rebound on that one.
Great touch in by number 44, Jarvis. Number
that
4.
was Larry Bracken.
Larry Bracken, yeah.
We're going to take a look at this put in by Bracken. You see he was up quick with the basket. Okay, we're back to live action. Central with the ball. It's an 8-6 game. Bracken knocks it out of there. He hit a home run that time.
That's worth taking a look at again.
We're going to take a look at that one. We're definitely going to have to take a look at that one.
Oh, there's a 3 for number 12.
A three-pointer by Central of Phoenix City.
Clarence Sanders.
To give them an 11-6 lead. Dothan hadn't been able to connect on any three-pointers yet. Chris Springfield is an excellent three-point shooter, but he hasn't been able to get it going so far.
Heads up defense on the part of Central there. Number 12, Sanders, tipped the ball out of bounds. So Dothan has it on the side, about to throw it back in. Looks like the tempo is trying to slow down a little bit. They've checked one another out here this first quarter, and it's slowed down quite a bit. Drive to the basket.
Bracken dishes it off, and he stopped. We're going to take a quick look at the block shot by Bracken just a minute ago. He's at the line for the Tigers. He's a dominating player under the basket. You see the guy going for Central? He spots it like he was hitting a home run for baseball, Bobby.
Great block.
That was a great block by Bracken, and you can look for those, more of those in this game. Bracken goes up, and he makes his foul shot.
That foul was on 50, so that does make his third now.
Bracken goes up for a second. He makes both of them. So Bracken had a big block down on the other end of the court a couple of plays ago, and then he comes down, gets fouled, and make the foul shots. So Dothan's cut the lead 11-3. Central of Phoenix City leading the Tigers. Chris Springfield playing defense on number 20 for Central. Minute and a half left here in the first period of play. Opelika, three-point attempt, so he'll be going to the line to get three. So that foul was on Adrian Former.
Yeah, he had committed there. There's just no way to keep from fouling on that because he fell into the player from Central as he goes to the line. That's number 12 for them, Clarence Sanders, and he's been pretty active in this first period of play.
So Sanders at the line, he'll get three. He was fouled attempting a three-point play. He makes the first one.
Number 50 gets a rest now as 44 Upshaw comes back into the game. All right, we're about to attempt our second free throw here. The score is 12-8 in favor of Central with a minute 23 left in this first period of play. The shot's up, and it's good. So the score 12-8 now as the Tigers bring it in.
13-8. They made that one too. So Tigers move it down over to Springfield. And
almost got away from him, but he was able to pick it up. But the shot was short. But we had a foul on the play with number 54 for Central. So I guess 33 is going to the line again. No, we're going to bring it out on the side.
Okay, well, that was not a shooting foul, so they take the ball out of bounds, under the basket, over to Dennis Jury. He's been double teamed. He dishes over to David Block, and there's Adrian Former wide open, and he dishes off to Chip Bracken as he goes up for the pump, and boy, I tell you, that was pretty tough for Bracken. I thought that was some contact under the basket, but evidently they didn't see it.
I don't think so. I don't know how they kept from fouling down there.
I don't know either, but that was a tough break for Dothan there. So a 13-8 lead for Central of Phoenix City. And they go in for the shot, and they call a foul.
Bracken.
Okay, that foul was on number 44, Bracken. Okay.
I'm sorry, man. It was the 33 Drury.
33. That was Dennis Jury called for the foul. That's 36.1 seconds left in the first quarter, and this game has kind of been, I think so far in the game, Central, they have the edge, Bobby.
They have the edge. They've got just a little bit more hustle, and their shots are falling when they take them.
Okay, so
that's Upshaw. His first attempt at a free throw is good, so that adds another point to them.
So it's a 14-8 lead. So hopefully Dothan can go down before the end of this quarter and get some points on the board and cut that lead down. They're trailing by 6, 14-8, with 36 seconds left here in the first period of play.
And Pritchett takes a breather now as Warren comes in.
So he gets both of his foul shots to fall for him. David Blocker with it, and Central is playing tough defense.
Yes, they are.
They're trying to get the ball into Brackens. out to Springfield. He pulls up for a three. He misses, but under the basket is Brackens with a great putback.
Great play there by number 44 for Dothan. That's Brackens to lay it in and pick up 2 points for the Tigers.
We're going to take a look at that, Bobby. You see, the ball bounces off, and Bracken goes up strong and puts it back for a good, strong rebound and the basket.
We had back to live action. We had a tie here, so the possession remains with Central since the arrows have pointed in that direction.
2.7 seconds left, 15 to 10, Central leading Dothan.
Dothan's not substituting at all, and Central is just subbing at will.
Okay, Central will be taking it out. And they throw a long pass, and they get it in, the shot, and he hits it at the buzzer. So that was a three-pointer to give Central an 18 to 15 lead at the end of the first quarter.
These guys are hot shooting those three-point shots. I think they've made 4 attempts, and they made 3 of them here in this first quarter of play.
We're going to take a look at that one, Bobby. He pulls up right at the buzzer, takes that three-pointer, and it's good.
Nothing but net.
So we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more action in just a moment. Don't change tape, Stephen. We don't have a good white balance for some reason.
All right. We're getting set for the second period of action here. The score is 18 to 10 in favor of Central over the Tigers of Dothan, Alabama. Saw the mayor here today.
Yeah, the mayor, there's a good contingency here from Dothan. There are a lot of people that followed the Tigers up to back them and hope they can bring the championship back home. So it's always good to have that good crowd support.
Oh, wide open.
So Central has run up to a 10-point lead. And Dothan almost turns the ball over, but it was off one of Central players. So the Tigers, right now, they are not playing very well. They're out there looking a little confused.
Yeah, Brackens was still going forward, and the ball was thrown to him, and he wasn't even looking.
Okay, Adrian Farmer with it. Back out to Springfield. That's David Glocker. Central's playing very tough defense. In the Farmer, he's been double teamed, and he goes in, and he's fouled on the play. So that was a good, strong move by Adrian Farmer to draw the foul and go to the line.
The foul was on 54, McKissick for Central. That's his second. So that's another big guy for them. Number 50 has 3 fouls, and he now has 2 already.
So looks like Central's running into a little foul trouble early. Farmer misses his first one. The Tigers just hadn't been able to get it to connect, but maybe they'll get something going here. They just got to get into a rhythm, and so far, Central has prevented them from getting into a rhythm. And you look there, right now they're out hustling the Tigers. There were 3 white jerseys around that ball, but Central turns it over.
Yep. So it just seemed to be more in sync with everything. Dothan just hadn't gotten into their rhythm here this afternoon, and hopefully they can get into it quickly because they're down 10 points now.
Yes, they're down 10 points here early in the second period. Springfield, he pulls over as if he was going to shoot a three-pointer. Into Brackens. He goes up and shoots and fouls. A good power move by Brackens there. He is an excellent player.
Great shot by 44 for the Tigers. Brackens on that one.
We're going to take another look at it. You see, he goes up, he's hit, and he shoots, and it's good.
Great effort there on the part of Brackens.
Back to live action, and he makes it, so that's a 3-point play for Brackens. So it's a 20 to 13 lead for Central. Tigers have a substitute in the game. That's Jonathan Mathis. Outlet pass, and it's blocked. That was a block by
was that 44? Courtney Upshaw for Central. They bring it in, Mitt, and all of a sudden the defense for Central is just red hot. knocked it out of bounds again.
Yeah, Central's playing excellent defense. Mathis into Brackens. They're double teaming Brackens. Blocker takes a three-point attempt. He misses, and Central come back down with it. So the Tigers got to get some offensive rebounds, something they haven't gotten. And Central loses a handle on it, but gets the rebound. They're just really out hustling the Tigers right now. They pull up for a shot, miss, and the rebound, and the putback by number 44.
That's Upshaw for Central, and lots of hustle there to enable that two-point play.
Dothan's got to get more production on the boards. They are getting one shot at the basket, and Central's getting 2 or 3 shots and putting it back, and that's why they lead. Bracken goes in, and he goes up, and he was fouled on the second hike. Yeah, it looked like he was fouled the first time, but they saw it a little differently. But
that's 3 fouls on 54 now.
54. So look like one thing Dothan does have going for, taking the ball inside, and they got a couple of the big men in trouble in foul trouble for Central.
And we got to start making some of these free throws too, because they've already committed 8 fouls in this first half of the game. So Dothan gets in that 1-and-1 situation, and they can pick up some great free throw efforts here.
Bracken's at the line, shooting his second. And he shoots it. And Bracken's an excellent foul shooter, so it's a 15-22 game. Central leading the Dothan Tigers. Over in the corner, a shoot. Bracken comes down with it. He gets outlet pass to Jonathan Mathis. Mathis turns, he spins, he shoots. He misses, but he gets his rebound, and he couldn't get it to fall for him. But that was an excellent hustle by Jonathan Mathis on that play. He's been a very valuable 6th man for the Tigers this year. He's come off the bench a couple of times and made some outstanding play. That time he just couldn't get it to fall. Outside shot by Central, and it's good. That was number 20.
Pritchett, he's hot from there, but he's just inside three-point line.
So it's a 24-15 lead. David Blocker into Bracken. He passes over to Adrian Foreman. He goes up. He doesn't get the roll, but he gets the putback. So that was a nice hustle by Adrian Foreman to give the front of the basket.
Great hustle there by Adrian on that one to come back and pick that up. And
yeah, he shot it the first time, but he followed up his shot and made the basket.
While he was in the air.
While he was in the air. So that's the thing Dothan's got to do. They've got to get those offensive rebounds and putbacks so they can put some points on the board. And so that was the first turnover. So Dothan gets it back. It's a 24-17 lead. So they can chip away at this lead if they can get some point production this time down court.
That's right. Dothan seems to be getting a little bit more in sync. They've only taken 2 attempts from the three-point line area, and Central's already made three or four of those three-pointer shots.
Over to David Blocker in the Brackens. They go into the big man, and he disses it off, and
turnover.
And they turn the ball over. He tried to get it to Adrian Foreman that time, but Central player was able to intercept the ball and force a turnover. And that was good defense by Chris Springfield, knocking the ball out of bounds, playing good tight defense. The Tigers have just got to take advantage of their scoring opportunities, something they haven't done so far in this game.
Coach Golden seems to be getting into the game too. He's hollering and shouting out signals to the team out there.
Dothan's pressing full court. Central with it, they pull up for a short jumper, and David Blocker comes down with it. So Dothan's starting to rebound better. Jonathan Mathis in for a great shot and pass.
Great shot.
So that was a great play by the Tigers that time.
Wide open under the basket. Good eyes.
Okay, so they've cut the lead down to 5. And Mathis comes up with the steal. Jump ball, so the possession area should go to the Tigers. So that was a great hustle by Jonathan Mathis, that number 6 man for the Tigers.
I agree, Mitt, but that really should have been called a foul because the referee from the other side with his back to the play called that jump ball, and he was fouling the Dothan.
He was actually fouled. Mathis was actually fouled, but they just called a jump ball, and the Tigers gets it. I'll tell you what, Central is definitely, they are blocking the passing lanes. The Tigers are having a hard time blocking. And that was a good putback by number 44 for Central. They kept banging the boards until they got something to fall for them.
They had 5 shots at that, Mitt.
So that's the thing Dothan's got to do. They got to bang the boards and keep putting it up and get some points on the board. Mathis pulls up for a jumper. He misses, but Bracken comes down with the shot for the basket.
What a shot.
We're going to take another look at that one, Bobby. I tell you, Bracken is a good ball player. Let's take a look at it. You see it comes off. Bracken comes down with the rebound. He goes up and puts it back for the basket.
Great shot.
So it's a 5-point lead. Central turns it over. So the Tigers are working their way back into this game. So they seem to have a little momentum going here.
I think they had a lane violation there.
So that was a turnover. So in the Brackens, he dishes it off. And they called an offensive foul on Brackens. Oh, okay.
As much as they've been fighting under those boards, I hope they don't start calling that
I
closely.
tell you what, now, I don't know about that one, but Dothan's cut the lead. They were down 10. They're trailing by 5 now with 1:54 left in this. And David Blocker comes up with the steal. Over to Mathis, back to Springfield, and it's blocked. That was good defense by Dothan, but it was a good defensive play by Central, and they get a 3-pointer out of it.
Oh, number 12 for Central, that was Clarence Sanders with another.
And another steal. Dothan is being careless with the ball, and it's cost them 5 points.
Yep. Intercepted by Pritchett.
So Dothan had cut the lead to 5, now it's back up to 10. They've got to do a better job of protecting the ball. And it was out on Central that time. Dothan is just not making those good crisp passes like they need to.
That's right. And if they don't make it when they take their first shot, they're not getting those second, third, and fourth shots that's happening down on the Central end of the court because they're getting rebound after rebound after rebound. And that's the reason they've got this 10-point lead. The Tigers just have not been able to be that aggressive on the boards and get those rebounds.
Okay, coming into the game for Dothan, number 22, that's Jarvis Norton. The Tigers just really haven't been able to get it going this game. I tell you, they've had little spurts, but haven't been able to maintain any momentum.
This Central team of Phoenix City, they're kind of shy, and they're sneaky. They come around behind you, and as you're going down the court, and they tap that ball away from you, and they have played some mighty good defense here. Don't want to talk too much about their great effort because we're biased for these Tigers. We want them to pull through with a big win today.
We're definitely for the Tigers, and Central has definitely played some very strong, aggressive defense, forcing quite a few turnovers. And the thing about it, they have scored off the turnovers. Over to David Blocker in the corner, in the Brackens. He drives up, shoots, and he gets the roll. So right now, Bracken is the only one that's really scoring for the Tigers. So it's a 31-23 game with just under 1 minute left in the second period of play.
Looks like they're going to try for a shot. Hold it, slow it down.
So looks like Central's going for one shot. The Tigers need to come up with a great defensive play and a steal and get the ball and get some points on it. He drove down the middle, but Bracken comes down with it and he's fouled. He took a hard fall there. We'll take a look at that.
Oh, we could have hurt an elbow.
Yeah, he could have been hurt. On the replay, you see Bracken took a pretty hard fall there, but I think he's okay. He'll be going to the line for the Tigers.
Yeah, we're in the bonus situation, so we can pick us up 2 quick points here by sinking both these free throws.
So if Bracken can hit these, he can cut the lead to 6 points. He'll be shooting 1 and 1. And he makes the first one, so He cuts the lead to 7.
Yeah, we need to take advantage of this bonus situation and pick up these points because they have not been making them on their first efforts.
So Brockton makes both of them. So what the Tigers need to do now is get a big steal and prevent Central from scoring before the end of the half. 13 and a half seconds left in the first half. So Central's working for one shot. Tigers are playing tight, man-to-man defense. And he pulls up and shoots. And it looked like it was a travel to me, which was not called. So Central going to halftime with an 8-point lead. It's Central of Phoenix City 33. The Tigers of Dothan 25. We'll be back. Okay, we're back at the beginning of the third period of play, and the Phoenix City is pretty much dominated the first half of this game, Bobby.
Yes, they have, and hopefully these Tigers can put something together and come out real hot in this third period of play.
Dothan is known to be a strong third quarter and second half team, and they've got to live up to their reputation and do that. So Phoenix City comes right out and scores a basket.
Great jump shot by
and
number 20.
Almost steals the ball. So Dothan has come out not looking at the passes. They're being careless with the ball. That was a problem for them in the first half.
Right. I just don't think you need to throw it all the way down the court trying to throw the ball in either.
And almost, if it wasn't for Brockens hustle, great pass by Brockens. Great hustle and pass by Brockens.
Oh man, yeah.
We'll take a look at that one, Bobby. He's just an outstanding athlete. You see how he hustled, saw the open man, and over to him for the basket. So back to live action. Brockens blocks it. He's all over the court.
What a block shot by Brockens. Oh.
We're going to take a look at that, Bobby. He's just an all-around ball player. You see the guy go up on him, and just a great block by Brockens. And he intercepts a pass. Outlet pass to Mathis. And he couldn't
that was close.
Couldn't control it. But you see, Brockens is an all-around player.
Just hustle. That's all it's about.
I tell you saw him block a shot, get a rebound, throw the outlet pass. So he's just an outstanding performer.
It's going to take that kind of hustle here to overcome this deficit against Central.
And it's going to take that kind of effort from all 5 players out there. You can't depend on one player to get it done. So the rest of the Tigers are going to have to step up and get something done. Springfield with it. He brings it across midcourt. And over to David Blocker. Over to Mathis. Mathis drives in. Good for the basket. So Mathis comes through. So Dothan cuts the lead to 6 points. It's a 35-29 game, 6:16 left in the third period. Central with the ball. Passing it around. They're trying to get it inside. Let's see if Dothan can. Brockens forces him to dish it back out. He looked up. He was going to take a shot. He looked up and saw Brockens, and he changed his mind. And Dothan forces the turnover that time. So that was a real good defensive series. They just need to get some offensive production this time down the court.
Let's see what we got called here. Okay, looks like we're going to have a quick substitution. 33 for the Tigers. Drury's coming back in for the Tigers here in this third period of play off that turnover. So Tigers can cut the lead some more.
They definitely need to get some points off the turnover. David Blocker with it. He passes over to Adrian Farmer. Farmer over to Springfield. He squares up for a 3. He misses, but who's there? Brockens.
Fouled by number 32 for Central, and that's Tinkler.
I'll tell you what, if it's one man can take this game by himself, it's Brockens.
That's right. He is all over the place.
He is just an outstanding basketball player. He will be attending Troy State University playing football for them this fall, but he could play basketball for them too.
He might be one of those two-team sports guys for the school.
Oh yeah, he can definitely do it. And the thing about Brockens, he does it on both ends of the court, offensively and defensively. He misses the second, but Adrian Farmer comes down with it, and they call a jump ball. And the possession error is errors in the Dothan's direction. So Dothan will get it back. Over to Jonathan Mathis. Mathis drives to the basket. And they called the foul on...
I think they got him for charging.
Offensive foul on Mathis. He went in a little out of control that time and wasn't able to connect and committed a foul. So
just can't seem to get within 5 points and can't seem to get any closer.
So Dothan's cut the lead down some. Last time they did that, they weren't able to move any closer than 5. So it's a 5-point lead here. So Central goes up, shoots, and David Blocker comes down with it. So the Tigers starting out doing a little better job rebounding than they did the first half. Over to Springfield, he pulls up, and he cross-court passes to Mathis. Into Adrian Farmer, he goes in, he misses, but put back by Larry Brockins. So Dothan cuts the lead to 3 points. It's a 35-32 game.
That 3 points was early in the first period of play. Before it got out, they got as high as 10, 12 points, and that's to 3.
Dothan goes up and rebound and put back by Phoenix City.
Brooks put that in for 2 for them, back to 5 again.
Back to a 5-point lead. Cross-court pass to Springfield. He pulls up for a 3. He misses, and it's off Brockins. But
boy, the crowd don't like that call, do they?
No, the guy was on Brockins' back and they didn't call it. So, I agree with that. 4:16 left, 32-37. Central of Phoenix City is leading the Tigers of Dothan. A good defensive effort by the Tigers. Bracken comes down with it. Over to Springfield. He takes it to the hoop, lays it up, and it's good.
Right.
So we got some production points from somebody else that time, and it was Chris Springfield. So we'll take a look at it. Springfield goes in for the layup and the basket to put Dothan within 3 points. Back to live action. And that was a foul called on number 15. That's David Blocker.
Just kind of elbowed him as he made that pivot. He's going to get a 2-shot effort here trying to put a couple of points on the board for Central. He maybe gets ice cold from the free throw line.
Okay, so Dothan seems to have a little momentum going. If they can keep it going, they are trailing by 3 points. So Central, number 50 for Central, misses that foul shot. That's a big foul shot.
Montrese Brooks has missed a couple during the first 2 periods of play. So he must be not the best free throw line shooter on the team.
Yeah, so hopefully he'll miss this one and we'll get the rebound. And he does, and Bracken comes down with it, but someone was in the lane too quick. Adrian Farmer, they said, was in the lane too quick, so he'll get another shot at it.
Yeah.
So the Tigers have come fighting back here in this 3rd period. So we'll see if they can continue the momentum they have here. So that time he makes it. David Blocker gets it, watch behind Blocker, and Benny City man comes up behind him. Dothan's got to keep their eyes open for those type plays like you were talking about earlier, Bobby.
Right, they hustle down the court so quickly, and they are real good at tipping the ball out of the hand from behind.
Pass over to Springfield, over to David Blocker, back to Springfield, over to Jonathan Mathis. Last time down, Mathis went up, and he passes over to Blocker. Blocker pulls up for a 3. He misses, but who has the rebound? Bracken with the putback and the basket.
Oh, a 2-point deficit now for the Tigers.
You can't say enough about Bracken. So let's take a look at that replay. Who has the ball? As Bracken with it, back up strong for the basket.
Great shot.
So we're back to live action. The Tigers have cut the lead to 2. They were trailing by 10 points. And they have cut this lead down. And a foul on Adrian Former.
That'll be a shooting foul, so they'll come to the line for a couple.
Adrian Former, you can look for Former. If he gets warmed up, he hadn't been able to get into his game today, but I expect he will before this game is over.
This coming to the line is Clarence Sanders for Central, and he sunk a couple of free throws in the first half.
So he makes his first one. The winner of this game will be region champs, and they will advance to the Final Four in Birmingham. So, you know, we're down to the last 10 and a half minutes, 11 minutes, and the team that walks away with this victory will be in the Final Four in the state championship. So he makes both of them to increase the lead to 4 points. David Blocker goes in, and it's good. So that was a nice effort by Blocker. So we're seeing some of the other Tigers start picking up some of the slack.
They got to pick up their speed here and kind of give number 44 a rest.
Here's a replay on that. Blocker went in good and strong and made the basket. So far in this second half, the Tigers have outplayed them. They've just got to get that lead. They're trailing by 2 points. They haven't been able to take the lead since the opening series. Elton took a 2-0 lead. Parkin knocks it out. He is just unbelievable. This guy is unbelievable.
Wow.
He is an outstanding player. Let's take a quick look at that play, Bobby. He went up and you see nothing but ball.
That's right.
Great block by Brackens. Phoenix City with the ball. He goes up, he challenges Brackens, and foul on the play. So Dolphins hitting the boards better this quarter than they were the last quarter.
That foul is on number 12, Clarence Sanders for Central.
He fouled David Blocker, so Blocker will be inbounding the ball. So in the game now for the Tigers, you have number 15, David Blocker, Jonathan Mathis, number 12. He drives to the basket and he makes it. So Mathis comes up big again. Mathis has played outstanding as a sixth man, and the Tigers are now tied to score with 1:42 left. Here's the shot by Mathis. He went in good and strong for the basket. So we have a tie game. The Tigers have come out this second half playing, and good hustle by number 21, Adrian Former, to knock the ball out.
It looks like they've gotten hungry in this third period of play, and they picked up this deficit, and we got a tie ball game.
So the score is tied, 40-40, with 1:31 left in the third period, and the Tigers are playing much tighter and tougher defense. Springfield knocks it loose, and it goes out on the Tigers. So the Tigers have stepped up their defense a notch.
That they have, and that's the only way that you can pick up a lot of points, especially when you're down, and is hustle on defense, and then be real aggressive down on the offensive board at the other end of the court.
That's right. You force some turnovers on defense, and you get points off the turnovers, and that's the way you get back into the game. Shot from the top of the key, and he misses. Dolphin gets the ball out to Adrian Former, and he loses the handle. Tigers should have slowed down and pulled back on that one, Bobby. They had a perfect scoring opportunity that time and blew it.
Coach Golden's letting them know it too.
Yes, he is. He wasn't very happy about that decision. So that if the Tigers could have scored that time down, they could have taken the lead. And they haven't had the lead since the score was 2-0. So
spreading out the offense now.
So Central is spreading it out. Drive to the basket. He was fouled, but he'll take it out of bounds. It was before the shot. So 54 seconds left in the third period. So we'll see if they go for one shot. So let's see if the Tigers can keep that intensity up on defense. And they almost force a steal. They go for it and come up with it. Out to Chris Springfield. He goes under and he's fouled. He's fouled. Great hustle. We talk about how important defense is and hustling and getting the turnovers, Bobby.
Courtney Earpshaw came in and tried to block that shot, but fouled him in the process. Now we go to the line, and we can pick up the lead here.
We're going to take another look at that just great hustle by the Tigers. You see them going after it. They kept after it until they got the ball out to Springfield, and he missed, and Mathis went up, but Springfield was fouled. So Springfield's at the line. He hit his first one to give the Tigers their first lead since their 2-0 lead.
That's right.
So the Tigers have come back this third quarter and taken a 41-40 lead with 37 seconds, 42-40 lead with 37 seconds left in the third period. So the momentum seems to have swung toward the Tigers.
You pointed that out at the beginning of the third period of play, that the Tigers were real strong in the third quarter, and they've shown that here this afternoon.
And what they came out halftime, they stepped it up. They stepped their defensive play up. They stepped their offensive play up, forced some turnovers, and have been able to make some baskets.
I thought they're playing for one shot.
They're playing for one shot. Central's playing for one shot. Tigers playing tight defense. It goes in the middle, and they force a turnover, and they're called for a foul. That was a foul. Duffin almost came up with a big turnover that time.
Almost. Pretty doggone close, and just that last second foul reaching in, and number 50, I believe, is going to get to go to the line. That is the 5th team foul for Dothan. Central has 3 team fouls in this third period of play.
At the line, number 50 for Central. He'll be shooting 2. He misses his first one. So if he misses this one, Dothan get the rebound. They're going to the fourth and final quarter with the lead.
Yeah.
Second shot, he misses. And a shot at the buzzer, and it's no good. So Dothan fought back from a 10-point halftime deficit to come back and take a 2-point lead here in the third quarter, Bobby.
And that's thanks to one big number, especially number 44. But it was a great effort on the part of all 5 players to pick up this deficit in this third period of play.
So Dothan picked up the tempo in the third quarter to come from 10 points behind and take a 2-point lead. So we'll have the beginning of the fourth quarter after these messages. Okay, we're back. This is the beginning of the fourth and final period. The team that's leading at the end of this period will be advancing on to Birmingham for the Final Four of the state's 6A championship.
That is right, Mitt. We have 8 minutes left to go in this ball game. The Tigers with a slim 2-point lead. They have trailed anywhere from 5 to 7 to 10 points the entire ball game this afternoon, and they fought back from the 10-point deficit to a 2-point lead at the end of the third period of play.
So the Tigers have showed some hustle, some character, and taken the lead. So Central has the ball, and we'll see what they can do this time. The Tigers have really stepped their defensive play, so we'll see if they can force a turnover here. Shot by Central is up and good. The tie to score. That was number 44.
Upshaw for Central.
Pass down court to David Blocker. Down to Jonathan Mathis, and he comes up empty. So it's a 42-42 game. Central comes out and shoots. So Central has come out shooting this second half, fourth period, and taken a 2-point lead. So they've scored 4 points here in the fourth and final period. So it's down to crunch time now. Springfield in the corner for a 3. He makes it. So Chris Springfield gets his first 3-pointer of the day. So that's what Dothan's been needing, some more production here. We're going to take a look at Springfield's 3. He squares up, he looks, he shoots, and makes it.
Nothing but net.
So we're back to live action. Shot by Phoenix City, missed, and a foul on the play.
Let's see the number he calls here. 1, 2, 12.
Number 12, Jonathan Mathis. Dothan's leading 45-44 with that big 3-pointer by Chris Springfield.
And we're still not into enough team fouls for a bonus situation, so the ball is out to the back, and it throws it in almost all the way to midcourt.
Springfield steals the ball and lays it out for the basket. Great play by Chris Springfield. A 5-point turnaround for Springfield. Look at the steal there by Springfield. He took it, and it was a great play. He hit a 3-pointer at a time down before, and he came up with a big steal and the basket that time. Dothan comes up with the steal. Jonathan Mathis. He goes in and he's fouled.
They're asking for the points. It didn't go in, but I thought it was goaltending.
Let's see if we can get a replay on that, Bobby. The Tigers are showing a lot of hustle here. Let's look at that and see if we can see what happened there. He looked like he hit the backboard that time.
Well, we didn't get the 2 points, so he'll be shooting for 2.
Okay, so Mathis, a great hustle by Mathis to get down and draw the foul. So the Tigers have taken a 48-44 lead with 6:11. Mathis can add on to that lead, and he misses, and Farmer almost gets the rebound, but Central of Phoenix City comes down with him. And we had a foul call on
12 for Dothan.
Mathis. He's all over the floor. You can't fault him for that. He was going for that ball.
He was hustling. I mean hustling. That's what it's all about.
So Dothan has come back here in the second half, and they're leading by 4 points with 6:06 left in the fourth and final period.
A lot of hustle here on behalf of the Tigers. They seem to have wanted it more in this second and fourth period of play, more so than Central in the first half.
Yes, so at the line for Central, number 12, he makes it to cut the lead down to a 3-point lead.
Clarence Sanders has been pretty good from the free throw line for Central throughout this ball game, sinking several free throws in these first 3 periods.
He's an excellent foul shooter. He gets the second one and he makes it, so he cuts the lead down to 2. So Mathis brings it in. And dishes off the Brackens for a great shot. That was Larry Brackens, a great dish from Jonathan Mathis. And that's the kind of teamwork you have to have to win a championship. 3-point attempt. And they miss, and Brackens comes down with it, and he's fouled.
Number 32 for Central, that's Jeffrey Tinkler, and number 44 gets fouled on that particular play.
Bobby, here's a look at that play with Jonathan Mathis going in. He dishes it off to Brackens for a nice layup and the basket. Okay, we're back to live action. Dothan has a 50-46 lead and take the ball out. Adrian Farmer with it. Over to Mathis. Oh, he got caught in there and lost the handle on it and turned the ball over. 3-point attempt. Miss. Brackens comes down with it. Outlet to Springfield. And it's good. It's good. Great outlet pass by Larry Brackens to Chris Springfield. It's a timeout on the court. We're going to take a look at that one.
That is worth looking at that again.
Okay, you see the miss there. Brackens comes down with it. A great outlet pass to Chris Springfield for the basket.
That was flat-footed that he threw that ball the entire court, and he had some speed on that throw.
So Dothan has come out and taken a 52-46 lead with 5:22 left in this game, Bobby.
Well, also, but as we get close to this end, see, Central is already in the bonus situation. So if they get fouled again, they automatically go to the line. And they can commit 2 more fouls before the Tigers get to do that. So
Central's got a couple of fouls to give before the Tigers get to go to the line in a 1-on-1 situation. But the Tigers got to watch their fouls so they don't let Central win it at the foul line.
That's right, and we got a 6-point lead here, and we got to hold on to this with 5:22 left to go in this game.
I tell you, I know I keep talking about Brackens, but you cannot say enough about his abilities, his hustle, and his effort on the court.
It makes no difference whether he's playing offense or defense. It's 210% on every single play.
Every play, he's at it. So in the game for the Tigers now, it's number 21, Adrian Farmer, 12, Jonathan Mathis, 10, that's Chris Springfield, David Blocker, 15, and Larry Brackens, number 44. So Central's with it. Tigers playing tough defense, almost made a steal, but they didn't quite get it. That was a good hustle by Mathis. He recovers. He's back on defense. Central's trying to set up a play. He pulls up for a three. He misses, and David Blocker comes down with it out to Brackens. If you'll look, anytime Bracken gets a rebound, he's looking for the outlet man. So the Tigers pass it around, trying to set up something and take just a little time off the clock. Mathis with it over to Springfield. Springfield had a big 5-point turnaround earlier. He had a big 3-pointer, and then he stole the ball and went down and made a layup, so he got 5 quick points at a very crucial time in this game.
Looks like
Springfield with it.
Puts a timeout. Oh!
And they call a foul. Springfield has picked up his game here in the second half, Bobby.
That he has. Just great hustle on his behalf of this, but they waved it off.
They waved it off, so the basket was no good.
Yep. The foul had already been committed. His what do you call it? Called for traveling. He had already committed.
Okay, Springfield pulls up for a three, and he makes it. So Chris Springfield is getting warmed up here. Let's take a look at that three-pointer by Springfield.
From the top of the horn.
He looks, he squares up from the top of the key, he shoots, and he steals the ball. And he gets the roll. So Springfield has come out, and he's just made 5 more points.
That's called an 11-point lead.
So Springfield has come out here in this fourth quarter. He stepped this level of play up. He's had 2 5-point swings.
That's right. He has set this pace for this remaining 3.5 minutes in this ball game because of hustle, 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 hustle.
We'll take a look at that last shot by Springfield. He is just really playing some excellent basketball. Let's go to the replay. You see he gets it, he goes in, and it rolls around, and he gets the roll for the basket. When it's falling for you, it's falling. Okay, it's 46 for Central, and Dolphins come out and take them a 57-46 lead. Bobby, they fought back from a 10-point deficit to take an 11-point lead.
That's right, and it's because of one word, hustle, at number 44 and number 10 for the Tigers.
That's Larry Brackens and Chris Springfield. They have played, Brackens played the whole game, but I tell you what, Springfield has come out this fourth period, made some big steals, some big baskets, and he gets another one. They call a foul. That was a great hustle by Springfield. Great hustle.
Yep.
They call a foul on him. I don't know about that one, but we have to live with it. So every time the Tigers foul now, Central will be going to the line.
Well, both clubs are in the bonus situation now, so it'll be 1-1 on every foul the rest of the way. That
was a great hustle by Springfield, and it's just sad that he didn't come up with it and was called for the foul, but it wasn't because of effort. Bracken comes down with the rebound over to Springfield. So Springfield is being defended. David Blocker goes in, and he's fouled.
54 gets the foul for Central. Lorenzo McKissick.
That foul on McKissick.
I believe that's 4 on him.
Okay, at the line for the Tigers is David Blocker. So
still the 11-point lead.
Tigers are leading by 11. Let's see if he can hit these. He hits his first one to give the Tigers an even dozen lead, 58-46. So if he can make this one, he can add on to that lead. And he does. So he makes both of his free throws, and those were big foul shots, Bobby.
That's right. Down when you get down to this close to the game and it's on the line, these clutch free throws makes a big difference.
So I expect you'll see Central start trying to get some 3-pointers here. They go up and the ball is out on Central. So the Tigers come up with the 3:04 left in this game. If the Tigers can hold on to this lead, they will be going to Birmingham.
I think we caught a break on that one. We'll take it.
Yeah, we needed a break, Bobby. I think we've come up short on the breaks today. Mathis almost loses it. Over to David Blocker. Into Brockins with a reverse layup in the basket. We've got to look at that one again.
That is worth looking at again.
We'll come back to that one. We've got to show you a replay on that one.
They pick up a couple of points on that one. Dothan leads now 61-48. And
over to David Blocker. Dothan leading by 13 points with 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. Foul on the play. I'm going to see if I can get that play back from Brackens a little while ago.
It looks like Dothan's trying to slow the play down a little bit, and Central is just not allowing that. They're playing so close. And
okay, here's that play, Bobby.
Okay, let's look at it.
You see him pass it over to Brackens. He pumps and goes on the other side of the basket for the score.
David, those Michael Jordan moves.
That was definitely a Jordan move. I bet you Troy State's basketball coach is saying, you know, we should have signed this guy up in basketball too.
Well, it may not be too late.
I tell you what, he's just an all-around athlete. He plays both ways in football. He plays offense and defense. In the same way in basketball, he plays both ways.
That's right. Right.
So David Blocker sinks 2 big free throws to give the Tigers a 15-point lead, a 63-48 lead with 2:15 left in the game. 3-point attempt. Miss, and David Blocker comes down over to Chris Springfield. Springfield, he almost loses it, and he does. He got a little fancy there and lost the handle on it, but I'm not going to be hard on him because he's come through here in the fourth period, Bobby.
That he has. He individually scored 10 points, real crucial when we
he had 2 quick 2s and 2 quick 3s.
Right.
So. Blocked by David Blocker. Boy, the Tigers are making them work for it under that basket. And a foul. So it's a 13-point lead with 1 minute and 46 seconds left here in the fourth and final period. So if the Tigers can hold on to this lead, take some time off the clock, they'll be headed to Birmingham.
That's right, and that's what they're going to try to do is slow this tempo down and make each shot count. And there's a good opportunity to pick up a couple more points here with this 1-on-1 situation on this free throw. And they have been very, very much so in the clutch in making these efforts here from the free-point line in this bonus situation.
Okay, let's see if, so David Blocker makes another critical free throw.
What's that, 5 for him in the last couple of minutes?
Yeah, yes, David he's done well at the free throw line. He's made some big free throw shots to give the Tigers a 14-point lead. He misses his second one, and a steal by Adrian Farmer. I told you Farmer would come up with the big play, but he wasn't able to connect, but he's after it. He's hustling all over the court. So Phoenix City goes for a 3, miss, and they get a putback for a 2. So the Tigers get it. So the Tigers get the ball. They tried to get an easy basket that time and lost the handle on it. So they need to take some time off the clock here. They're leading by 12 points with 1 minute and 23 left. And when you're behind, that's not much time, but when you're ahead, it's a long time.
That's right.
Brockins with it. 1 minute, 5 seconds left. Adrian Farmer with the ball. The Tigers can hold on for 1 minute. And they turn it over. They turn it over. So they're going. So Phoenix City gets the score. Over to Mathis. In for the basket. So Mathis comes up with another big basket. So the Tigers are 3-point attempt. And it's no good. And it's out on Phoenix City. So the Tigers got 32 seconds to hold on to a 12-point lead and the region championship.
That's right. Just 32.1 seconds, and they throw it in.
Over to Chris Springfield. 25 seconds. Tigers call timeout. So we got 24 tough seconds left, Bobby. This game has got me out of breath, I tell you. It's been a good one.
Well, this last minute and a half has been a lot of hustle on both sides of the ball. Central carrying it from one end of the court, driving for the basket, taking two. Then the Tigers taking it, driving the basket, taking for two. And then they try to slow it down with under a minute left. And then Coach Golden wants to talk just a couple of minutes with a short 20-second timeout and tell these Tigers to hold on to the ball and let's take this ball game and let's go to Birmingham.
Okay, he puts the substitutions in the game. Number 30, Simon Davis. 54, Dre Smith. 52, Will Fincher. 22, that's Norton. And 14 is Jackson for the Tigers. So he's giving the second string a little play here to give him a little play. Don Jackson with the ball. Jarvis Norton, he goes up, he misses, and it's off of Simon Davis. So it's 10.8 seconds left, and barring a miracle, the Tigers going to take this one home, Bobby.
Yep, you're right about that.
I tell you what, the first half, it didn't look like the Tigers steal the ball. Shot by Davis, he misses, and the Tigers win. The Tigers win. This was an incredible victory for the Dothan Tigers. They are now region champs and advance to the Final Four in Birmingham.
And this was a good fought game. The entire ball game hit. No big tempers flaring. Good clean action. A lot of hustle on the boards on each side of the court. It was all Central the first half. All Dothan Tigers second half. You made the call at the break when you said Dothan was a second-half ball club, and they proved that here this afternoon.
The Tigers are a second-half ball team. I don't know what Coach Golden tell them at halftime, but whatever he tells them the right thing, because these guys come out that second half, and they play some serious ball. In the game against Opelika earlier in the tournament, they were trailing, and they came out the third quarter, second half, and they poured it on and won that game to advance to this game.
Well, also in the first half, Central, I think, scored 4 3-pointers. In the second half, I don't recall them making the first one.
I think they may have had one in the second half. They had one, but
and I know the Tigers had 5, maybe.
Yes, and I tell you what, the key to this turnaround in the second half, the Tigers picked up their level of play.
They did.
They picked up the level of play on offense and defense, and Chris Springfield came through big. So we're gonna get ready to award the trophies.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of listen in to see what's happening.
I saw Hank Kennedy here. He used to play basketball with the Tigers back in. We won't talk about how many years ago when I was at Dothan High School, but Hank was a big star basketball player for Dothan back in let's say the early 60s. How's that?
Yeah, well, Bob, I played in the early 70s. Okay, they're calling the all-tournament team.
Montavian Collier.
Okay, that was a player from Opelika. Yep. And I'll tell you who's going to be the MVP. Do you want to make a call on that?
What is it, 44?
I think it's double 44. He's got to be the MVP of this game, Bobby.
Absolutely.
Of this tournament. He's played just outstanding all season.
Let's see, they're calling some, giving certificates out to various teams.
All right, this is the all-tournament team, Larry Brockins for the Tigers. He played an outstanding tournament.
That he did.
Chris Springfield, another one who came through big today. Springfield came through big time.
10 big points there in a short span.
Regional most valuable player from Dothan, Larry Brackett.
We called it, Bobby. That's right, LB, the MVP. They couldn't have given that to anybody else. He played an outstanding tournament.
Central Phoenix City Red Devils of Coach Bobby Wright.
All right, so Central get the run-up trophy.
Right.
And now we're getting for the awarding of the championship trophy.
Well, it's nice to get a trophy like that.
And
Absolutely.
now the 2002 Southeast Regional Champions for Class 6A, the Dothan.
All right, the Tigers. I tell you what, these guys, Bobby, I've been watching them and following them the whole season. They started off, they lost their first 2 games, then they won 2, and then they lost 2, then they won 4, then they lost 2. But they went into the Holiday Classic at 4-4, and in that Classic, they seem to have just started to gel. They started feeling each other out and knowing what to do, and they went on a 12-game winning streak.
That's important on this run, yeah.
And so the Tigers got that momentum going in that tournament, and they've kept it. They've kept it. So this was a great game. The Tigers pulling out a big victory here tonight.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in this up in Birmingham next week with this as we go into the Final Four and just see what happens with this Dothan Tiger team. And hopefully we can work something out so we can be up there too.
We hope to be able to get there. I tell you what, these guys are fun to watch, Bobby. They are fun to watch. And anyone who hasn't gone out to a Dothan High game, I'm telling you, you have missed it.
That's right. This is the first time I've seen them. In fact, this is the first basketball game I've seen in a couple of years live, and I couldn't have picked a better one to see.
And you picked a great game to participate in, Bobby. And I tell you what, this is the next best thing to being down there on the court. Up here watching it and talking about it and just really enjoying it.
Well, they're posing for pictures now, and I'm sure we'll see that picture on the front page of the Dothan Eagle.
I would think so.
Anyway.
I would think so. But Dothan had a great following. There are hundreds of fans up here that came up from Dothan to follow the Tigers, and fan support is so important when you're on the road.
That's right. That's right.
So that's going to about wrap it up. The Tigers win the Southeast Region Championship and will be advancing on to Birmingham. I'm Mick Kirk along with Bobby Price saying, go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Good.